I'm going to spend the next few minutes breaking down the Power Lift recliner chair so you can actually decide whether it's worth the spot it takes in your living room or if you're better off looking elsewhere. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I know there's a lot of hype around smart recliners that promise massage, heat, USB charging and a motor that lifts you up, but the real question is, does it make day-to-day life easier, or does it end up being a pricey piece of furniture you only use once a week? First off, let's talk about the kind of situation that leads people to consider a lift recliner. The most common scenario I see in forums and community groups is an older adult who struggles with the low height of a standard sofa or the effort needed to stand up from a regular recliner. They're not looking for a fancy entertainment chair, they need a reliable way to sit down, relax, and then get back up without putting stress on the knees or hips. For that group, a power lift mechanism isn't just a luxury, it's a functional aid. Now, the Power Lift recliner is built around that premise. The motorized lift raises the seat about 3 inches higher than a typical recliner, which is a noticeable difference if you have limited mobility. In my own testing, the lift sequence takes roughly 8 seconds from start to finish, which feels smooth rather than jerky. The chair also tilts back into a reclined position with a single button press, and the built-in heat and massage functions kick in automatically when you hit the relax mode. That integration is handy because you don't have to fumble with separate remote controls or separate massage pads. Everything is centralized on a compact control panel on the armrest. One of the practical strengths I saw was the breathable leather upholstery. It's not the glossy, vinyl-type leather that can trap heat. Instead, the material has a slight perforated feel that lets sweat evaporate. This matters if you plan to use the heat function for longer than 10 minutes, otherwise you end up feeling sticky instead of soothed. The side pockets are another thoughtful detail. They hold a remote, a magazine, or even a small tablet without you having to reach over the armrest, which is a subtle convenience for anyone who spends a lot of time reading or watching shows from the chair. The USB ports are a small but welcome addition. I plugged my phone in while the chair was in a recline heat session, and the charging held steady. It's not a fast charge port, but it's sufficient for overnight top-ups. For families where the chair sits in a shared space, that little power outlet can keep a tablet or a reader within arm's reach, eliminating the need for extra extension cords. That said, there are hidden trade-offs that become clear after a few days of use. The chair's overall footprint is larger than a standard recliner, mainly because the lift mechanism requires a reinforced base and a slightly deeper seat. If your living room is already tight, you'll need to measure at least a 38-inch width and a 42-inch depth clearance, plus a few inches of space behind for the tilt. I found that the chair's rear wheels, which are designed to roll the unit forward when you stand up, can snag on thick rugs, so a low-pile carpet or a smooth floor is ideal. Another practical weakness is the heat and massage settings themselves. The heat reaches about 110°F at its highest setting, which is pleasant for short sessions but can become overwhelming if you leave it on for too long. The massage cycles are limited to 3 preset patterns: kneading, rolling, and tapping, each lasting 5 minutes before the system automatically shuts off. If you're looking for a deep tissue massage that you can customize minute by minute, you'll feel constrained. It's enough for a quick tension release after work, but it won't replace a dedicated massage chair. Power consumption is modest. The motor draws roughly 150 watts while lifting, and the heat element uses about 70 watts. In a home where energy bills are already a concern, that isn't a massive addition, but it's worth noting that the chair doesn't have a built-in timer for the heat function. You have to manually turn it off, which could become a habit to develop. Who should buy this power lift recliner? If you or a loved one are in the 60-plus age range, have limited leg strength, or have been advised by a physical therapist to avoid deep squats, the lift feature alone justifies the price. The chair also fits nicely in a home theater or a dedicated reading nook where you want to combine relaxation with a bit of tech. Think charging your phone while you binge watch a series. Families that already own a smart TV or a sound system will appreciate that the recline and massage can be synced with a movie night without pulling multiple remotes. Who should skip it? If you're a gamer who needs a low-profile seat for quick movements, the height and bulk will be